Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at these knockoff Chinese bar end mirrors. They're modeled after what the CRG Arrow mirrors, which are $200. These are like 25 bucks. So I want to show you how I installed these. Let's go take a look at what's in the package. And I'll show you the modification I made to the bar and weight to make them work. Alright, so let's go over the bench. So this is the box mix tuning, I guess. QC107 black. You can get these on Amazon, like I said, for like 25 bucks. What do you get in the box? You get 2 mirrors. Here's one of the mirrors. It's got a ball joint here, and then it's got a rotational part here, and then these are what, 7/8 inch for 7/8 bars. So you get 2 of the mirrors, the other one's installed, and then you get these bar end inserts, which I chose not to use those, and I'll show you why. And then I modified my bar ends so they would fit. So these are the bar ends that I'm going to show you are the factory FZ-09 bar end weights. So since my bike is new, I'm not 100% sure these are the factory ones. I guess I could go look online. They have a hex pattern and they're threaded in. They're in there pretty tight. So I got the hex wrench, and I'm just going to use the barcode spanner here to go ahead and get this out. There we go. We'll go ahead and spin this out. So here you can see the threaded end. The size here is 1 1/8. It's obviously too big for the mirrors, and this is a little bit under 7/8. So then when you thread these in, they want to bottom out. So the goal here is to get these to not bottom out securely, and get them to stick out just about as far enough for the mirror to go right in here. Now this one is not as critical as the throttle side, because you could interfere with the throttle, but this side you don't have the throttle. So I'll go over. Well, let's go over to the lathe and I'll show you what I did to get this to hold the mirrors. Okay, so what we have here is this is a 1/2 inch a brass nipple, and I've already used it to make the first piece. And so what I did was use the inside cutter here. This is the inside cutter. Get that thing to focus. And so you all know that fits here. Quick change tool post. And then what I've done was here is, as you can see, on the inside you can see where I cut some of the inside diameter of this out. And the reason I cut that out was because the threads, see, this is not going to require any threading, but what you can see here is that goes in there now. If you don't clean out the inside of the pipe, it won't go in there, or it'll be tight and it'll be boogering the threads. So since I've already did that inside operation, all I got to do now is cut this off for the right dimension. And let me go get the mirror and I'll show you what that means. Okay, so this, when you screw all this in, this flushes up. This outside edge here tightens up to the outside of the rubber grip. And what we want to do is we want to put the mirror here. And it's a little tight. It's not quite tight enough. It actually doesn't tighten up. So we actually want it to extend that far past the bar end. So if we make a spacer that's just a tad bit wider than this bracket right here, then as we tighten that up into the handlebars, I can't even tell if that's focused, it doesn't look like it is, it will extend that far out. And as you can, I'll take you over and show you the other mirror. That's exactly what happened when you tighten this up. And you get a few less threads, but it's still, you know, you're still probably getting 3/8 of an inch of your threads in there. So let's go over now that you kind of see what the operation is. Let's kind of look at the finished result here. So you can see, and then for the throttle operation, it's not sticky at all. And actually there's some extra space on both sides. I wanted it to kind of be like that. All right, so we'll take you over to the lathe and we'll measure and we'll cut. All right, let's go ahead and get our piece of pipe. Put it in the chuck here. Okay. And then our parting tool, which I have a video about that. The parting tool, it's a couple of years old, but that's it's got inserts. You know, you guys probably have seen this. Insert cutoff tool. Because I'm not very good at sharpening stuff. So anyway, so now we need to measure to find out where we want to cut this off. Okay. So we'll go ahead and set this 0.406. Yeah. And I should have measured the other one because I just did it by ear, but let's see here. Let's try 0.45. And then I'll just set that in there. Like I said, I'm not being super precise here. That's going to be fine for this one. I think I put a little bit more. I think I put a little bit more for the other throttle because I definitely didn't want any binding. But on this one, we'll be fine right there. So I'm going to go ahead and just mark where I'm going to do my cut. Okay. All right. We'll set up and we'll go ahead and part that off. Okay, so now we have this set up and we get the parting tool close to that line. I'm not going to say it's dread on, but right there. And I'll just show you the start of the cut because I don't want you all to fall asleep. Make sure you're not buying. Keep your hands out of here while you turn the machine on. Otherwise, you might hurt yourself. And then just proceed to cut as normal. You can see that parting tool does a pretty nice job on the brass, but it's fun cutting brass anyway. It's my favorite metal to cut. Alright, and you getting tired yet? You getting sleepy? You gonna change the channel? Come on, go do it. Stick with it. Come on, stick with me. Stick with me. Come on, look at that chip. Look how long your chip is. Oh, never mind, it fell off. But we're going to get through this, and it's going to leave, we'll have to clean it up because it'll be an internal ridge. Oh, there we go, we got that. Sometimes what really just blows me away about working with the lathe is you part off this little piece and it falls down and then you can't find it. And it's like, where could, I mean, that is a pretty good sized part. Now I've looked everywhere and I don't see it. I've been looking for 5 minutes. I know I cut it off. I got it on film, but I cannot find the part. So anyways, bear with me. Okay, I found it. It is back. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's back down there in that hole. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see it. Alright, I'll go fish that out. Okay, I found the part. Now I'm going to go ahead and clean out the inside diameter. I just can't believe that thing went flying there and got lost. So, just going to clean up that inside diameter. and then we'll be ready to assemble it all. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now we're back over at the bike, and I'll show you how this is all going to go together. So we're just going to go ahead and put this on there. It's got a good flat surface here. And we'll go ahead and start threading that in the hole. Okay, and we'll tighten that up. And after we get it tight, I'll show you how I'm going to get rid of the slot, because it's just a tad bit undersized. Okay, so this is just Velcro. This is not the loop side. This is the loop side, not the hook side. So I'm just going to cut a piece a little bit less than a 1/2 inch. And we're just going to stick it on here. Just like that. Alright, now we can put the mirror on. Okay, so these mirrors have these clamps, and they open up all the way in a circle. Yeah, and they have these adjustments. So we'll take this all the way out. Okay, we're back out here. Okay. Nope, it's gonna go like this. I'm gonna goof around with this for a bit. With that Velcro, it's actually really kind of nice because you can get it pretty stiff. Do your final adjustments, you know, and it's not going to wobble around on you. Okay, they're getting bored done. I'm editing in camera, guys. So again, what that means is that all the cuts are just hitting the pause button. You know, when you drop stuff, you'll get bored and fall asleep. Okay, so over here on the other side, we got that pivot point right there. And we're going to go ahead and tighten that up. Again, we'll get it snug. You can still see got a little bit of play that way. Go ahead and tighten that one up a little bit more. And then once you get these two to, that's kind of like a rough adjustment, then you still have, the ball adjustment here on the mirror as well to get it exactly where you want it to be. Oh, as I'm doing it, I can still see this is moving here. Okay. Let's go around and take a look at the other side. Kind of looks goofy with two mirrors, doesn't it? I'm just going to test these and see if I can, if I can see enough. Make sure they'll work. They got kind of a little bit of an adjustment to them. Let's see here. So anyway, I'm going to ride with that and just kind of ignore these mirrors for a while. And as long as I'm happy with these, then I'll go ahead and take these mirrors off. One of the interesting notes about these mirrors is they're always running. I always see my shoulders in these when I'm riding. And so these are some offsets to go ahead. I mean, they've actually specifically made this offset for this bike for the specific reason. And it's like, I was trying to make them look cool, but if they're not functional. Anyways, so we'll try the end mirrors and see how those work out. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like my channel, go ahead and subscribe, comment, like, You guys have a good day.